Hi, everybody. We are unmuted. We should be good. Go ahead and say hi to everybody, just to make sure that... Oh, hang on.
Oh, do we have volume this time?
Try it again.
Hello, everybody.
Yay! I've got actual sound coming out. Yes. We're live. We're good. We're audible as far as I can tell. How is everyone tonight? I know I'm tired.
It's cold out.
Sick. You know, I was talking about that whole "it's cold out" thing earlier, and every time I bring up like, no, you guys live where it snows, everybody's like, oh, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. And then all I saw online today was like, 5 isn't a real temperature. This is bullshit. It's so cold.
Negative 10 last night, and that's not counting the wind.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it's not just that it snows where you guys live. Like, I figured that encompassed all that whole, like, the weather is trying to kill you issue.
It killed somebody, Matt.
It killed Matt?
A guy that went to Wells Fargo where Nicole works was killed by the cold on Christmas.
Ooh.
Hypothermia.
That's... Yeah, see? I'm not living where you live.
I mean, granted, the heat kills a lot of people.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
But
He's sneakier about it, too.
at least you can be outside, like, sit under a tree. You guys...
Sitting under a tree don't help out here.
No. It's
Well,
cold
if it's
then.
snowing.
You'll just die in the shade.
I was going to say, a tree out there in the winter only helps if you cut it down and can then burn it
Yes.
for heat.
Fire is the only solution there.
Fire is usually the only solution everywhere. Speaking of fire...
Speaking of fire, you guys live in California, right?
Speaking of burning things,
Right.
feels like a drought out here. It's fantastic. We're all gonna die. We're all drinking our own milk.
We're actually dealing with a drought too. Surprisingly,
That is impressive. Like,
The
the
snow
first
doesn't
snow we've
translate into
had.
water, though, right?
well, no, because it's mostly dust.
this is the first snow we've really had, and it hasn't even been an inch worth of snow. It's been a bad year. We had a big fire not too far from here, out at Legion Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if we don't get some more moisture, we're in trouble.
this is the thrilling conversation that brings all our viewers flocking to our video.
Us literally talking about the weather instead of playing this damn game.
Well, the weather, like, it's not like when our elders would talk about the weather, because they were like, nah, it's the same as every year. And we're like, no, this shit is wrong.
Shit's
Like, it's
changing, yo.
literally changing.
So exciting.
Yeah, our elders wouldn't be like, the Chinese invented global warming or anything ridiculous like that.
Goddamn Chinese inventing goddamn global warming.
All right. Now that we've gotten the requisite InfoWars headlines out of the way.
Oh,
And not once did someone say something about a penis, so we're ahead of the game
I
there.
haven't said.
you just ruined it.
Ah, dang it!
My streak
Game
is
over.
done. Okay, so last week, it was last week. Yeah, it was a little over a week ago because
A week and a half, yeah.
Yeah, because we took a break for the holidays.
Yep.
Last session can be summed up by just Yakety Sax was playing constantly in the background for Colin's character.
I didn't hear Yakety Sax playing once in that session.
That's true. I didn't hear it either.
All I heard was an awful lot of going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too.
So the good priest, Father Colin, murdered an old
Yeah.
man
I heard a lot of CSI theme.
in the church with the candlestick.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure
Very
you
large
didn't?
candlestick.
See, I see, like, you standing over the clip where you hid the body and the Law and Order. Like, the boom boom.
Dun.
We after the deed was done and the body disposed of, Aldwin went to find out what happened, and I'm pretty sure, like, I think we can safely say that Aldwin, like, it was foul play, right? Like, there's not really a whole lot of, man, this accidental death where somebody was,
With my rolls, I could probably tell you exactly how he died and how many times he got hit, too.
But you couldn't find him in the woods.
I couldn't find him. He was behind a ravine.
Yeah, it was dropped into a ravine.
Conveniently placed ravine.
Yeah.
That I didn't bother to check.
It was way down there, man. You would have had to get, like, climbing gear and shit.
I kind of went, whoop, he dead. I'm going to go back into town.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Colin had spilled the beans to Yezzi, right? Because Yezzi, you're the only one of the player characters who knows what's really going on. And you had just, like, owned Kalis in the Duel of Wits, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was full owned. She has to wear his clothes for a while and report to somebody all
You
the
need
time.
to say it better than that. That sounds weird.
That's why I say it like that.
Yeah.
You bested me. You must wear my trousers.
Here, put these on.
Nice pants, Yezzi. What happened? I lost the Duel of Wits.
I want to duel. That makes it weirder.
Oh yeah, I had to compromise. No, it like wearing the proper robes of office was more insult to injury than anything else. It was a fine, you get it, fuck you. But the real compromise was that Kalis is leaving his sorceress Cordia as your assistant, which is like, I don't think anybody's nobody's making any bones about the fact that, like, she's gonna be telling him everything.
Well, I mean, Yezzi's smart enough to figure that out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, that being the case, let's see, where should we start?
Beliefs?
Yes. Why don't y'all read out your beliefs? I actually have notes,
I'll
but go
go
ahead
first.
so that our
You had what?
viewers can hear them.
Things are getting crazy up in Colin's camp. I can't run the church anymore. I will leave it and never return and find a stiff, bloody drink. Which goes well with his third belief. After all the preparation, it is time for the feast. I will ensure it goes off without a hitch. I wonder if I'm trying for mold breaker on that one or not.
Yes, the feast.
And then I must find. I must find another way to prove my worth to Gosvik. I should start by helping Gisela on her farm and try turning an enemy into a friend.
Oh.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Sure.
Go.
Go
You
ahead,
go.
Dustin.
Go.
Guard captains first.
I will bring in Chadwick and Colin to see if they can help me find the killer.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. I will assign a detail of men to protect both delegations during their visit, whether they like it or not. And I will not allow the wolves to continue ravaging people, so I will kill them or drive them off.
Gotcha.
For a split second, I thought you said you couldn't let the wolves ravage anyone anymore, and I was like, wait a minute.
I can't let them do that either.
Wait a minute.
Sexiest
This
wolves
is how
alive.
half elves are born.
Last but not least, Yezzi.
Alright. I have more loyalty to Colin than the interlopers. I will convince Chadwick and whoever else not to contradict Colin's story. Cordia will be Cordia would be an amazing ally. I must figure out how to befriend her and do so. I will dine with Rada. Rod.
Did you mean sorry?
Whatever, like whoever that's the only name under other.
Oh, that's because are those not the head of the Tebessian is Asnani.
Well, that was
Asnani.
Yes.
Hardcore.
Oz. I'm just gonna take a shot.
Yeah. Don't worry about being super accurate.
Well, if it was in
That's
the
why
roll
I always
20,
ask.
would
I'm like,
have-
who's the one dude?
There's all these lists of names and then just other. And I was like, sure, that's got to be him.
Well, the best part is when you click on a name to see who it is, you get nothing.
Yeah, you're not allowed to know. I will dine with Asnani and convince him to implore the Confederacy to send troops to help us declare our independence.
Ooh, why you? Ooh, why you gotta make my
You
job
don't got
harder?
to know.
Why you got me the way that you be?
Look at this hand. Look at this hand. Look at this hand over here, Dustin.
Oh, it's
Don't
so-
look this
But
way.
it's moving so quickly. I can't think of anything else.
It's like an Olsen twin. It's like an Olsen twin moving back and forth. There's only one.
And I only get more put upon, I'm sure.
So that's my 3.
Yours are quite interesting, and they fit the dynamic quite well.
I'm busy. I got shit to get done.
Especially with Colin and Chadwick. It's going to be interesting who gets to them first, how that goes down.
Yeah, that is
That go down, Carl.
that is interesting. Sorry, I'm making sure that everybody can see characters now.
Speed checks.
Can we change your Twitch TV name to Carl?
No.
What is that from?
It's from nothing. It's his new name, whether he wants it
I
or
was going to
not.
say, I don't think it's from Llamas with Hats, which is the only Carl I can think of.
Is Carl related to Dave and Earl?
No.
Oh.
Carl's just Shaun's new name.
Does he know Dave and Earl?
I've never met David
he's-
Earl.
Yeah.
Is there a dead human in our living room? You have seen Llamas without or Llamas with Hats,
No.
right?
Nope.
No, but it makes
I'll
me
enlighten
think
you later.
it makes me think of Catch-22. Like there's a dead guy in my head.
It is a fantastic short series. I'll enjoy it.
All right.
There
That we
we
call
go.
Oh my God, there's all these NPCs that existed. We didn't even know it. Look
That's
at all
right.
these names. Viewers, you can't see this, but in Roll20, so many names disappeared.
Oh
Whoa.
shit!
They can.
I didn't even get close to
Ow.
that.
When I click on them, I still don't know who they are.
That's because I put these things up there for me, not for you.
Oh, it's not for our convenience. I see. Okay.
That's right. It's for my convenience. And now people on Roll20 can see how many NPCs there are in this game.
Too many. I'm confused already. This is like the burden of choice. I can't do it. Like when you first try to play Skyrim, it's like it's too many choices. I have to quit for a week and come back later.
It's okay, because after you play Skyrim for a while, you realize that everybody has the same 2 voices.
We haven't
fair,
met
that's true.
the Tebessians yet, have we?
Not really. Like they've been in town.
Yezzi did, and he wants to bang her.
Yeah,
What now?
they haven't been. They have not yet been featured, but I think we can take it as a given that
Buddy?
that everybody has had some interaction with them. It's a small town.
Episode 11 as the Wilburns.
John, that is the best. I need to change the name of this
Oh,
stream
that is
entirely.
hilarious. I can't
Bravo.
not call it that now.
Bravo.
There's a huge part of me that just wants to like
Will
edit
you give him a
together
persona
like a
point?
sweet. Yes, John, you totally get a persona point for that because that's amazing. Yeah, now I just want to cut together like a 1980s soap opera like opening credit scene to just run at the beginning of every session.
And if I knew anything about video editing, I would be on that.
Oh, I could do it. I'm just lazy. It takes a
Fair
lot
enough.
of effort.
Once you make me a book cover,
Once
then
I-
you can do it.
Once I make you a book cover, I will maybe think about
All right.
doing that. Okay. So, why don't we start here? I think Colin and Yezzi probably you guys are pretty sure that it's not like the idea of finding and getting to Chadwick, like that's a pretty easy leap to come to, right? Just because, I mean, Colin, you knew he was the last person to see you before you
Yeah.
murdered an old man. You murderer.
What's the last thing I was doing last session?
Hanging out with me. We told the douche nugget that the priest had died, and we convincingly lied to him.
Okay.
Hey, Yezzi had your back and managed to convince the dude.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, all resources I have are yours.
Yeah, but it, like, so I think kind of everybody, like, you guys know that Aldwin is probably going to also be figuring this out too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not in the know. And Aldwin, I know you have a belief about getting Chadwick and
Colin.
like in order
We need to
to
have words.
to ask them some questions.
I don't necessarily think they're Well, not Colin. I don't think Colin's a suspect, but you know.
Well, no, but questions
haven't
need to be
yet.
asked, right? That makes sense. But I think the real conflict here is that time is of the essence. Like, Chadwick doesn't know what's going on, and if anybody asks him, he'd probably be like, "Yeah, I left the church, and and Father Colin and the old man were there." Like, why would he say anything different? So what are you guys going to do?
I imagine all three of us are going to be looking for Chadwick.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, but
Colin doesn't want to, but might be drug along with Yezzi anyway by force of
I
manpower.
didn't ask.
Yeah.
I told you where we were going.
Yeah, there is no asking involved.
I will count to 3, young man.
Oh, jeez, don't make her do that.
wow. Yeah, I mean, like I can totally imagine, like, after the two of you, after Colin and Yezzi leave Kalis, Yezzi just being like, we have to find Chadwick.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'll ask him too. I'm like, did anyone else see you?
Yeah, and we already had that conversation. Yeah, I talked
Did we?
about Chadwick. So, because you were like, just say when you went there to meet him. I was like, well, that I already fucked that pooch because Chadwick was there.
Already fucked that pooch. That's an interesting thing.
Did you know that the other dude saw you?
The farm guy, probably not.
Oh, that's
No.
right. My troops brought the farm guy to me as a witness at the end of the last.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
cliffhanger.
That's right.
I completely forgot about that.
That's right.
You're so humped, Colin.
Hey, I was in robes with a hood up. Didn't know who I was.
That's true. He was wearing a hoodie.
That's
Could
true.
have been any of the members
Mile
of your
style.
church.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's that cliffhanger right there is probably where we want to jump back to before we get to Yezzi and Colin
Man, I don't know how I forgot about
and
that.
Chadwick. I know that was one of the best things. Yeah, so like as you're coming back, Aldwin, through the wheat fields, since you've been kind of up in the forests, kind of up here, and you're heading back south towards the church. The a couple of guardsmen are escorting a middle-aged farmer, and they flag you down. I always forget, is it Captain? Captain, yes.
I'm
Yeah,
Captain.
it's good, Captain.
Yeah, Captain, we've got someone. This man says he saw something. Dude looks totally like he's a local. He's Varda. He like I don't think that the guards see themselves as treating him particularly roughly, but they were also in a hurry to like bring him to you, so they've just kind of like grabbed him by his arm. So he like he's in that weird state where he's like, I wanted to come forward, but I also don't know if I've done something wrong now. Like he's just kind of intimidated by the whole situation, and he's kind of staring at you and stammering. And what do you do?
I can tell the man, let him go.
They do. He like kind of pulls away as they let go of him, and kind
What did you see?
he's like, I saw a man, sir. It was far away and through the fields, but it was earlier in the day. I saw a man walking north. He was.
What can you tell me? See
He,
who it was? What he looked like?
he says, I didn't see his face, sir. But I did. He was carrying something. Looked heavy.
What was he dressed? How was he dressed?
How were you dressed, Colin? Like in like just plain clothes with like a hood on, right?
Basically, yeah, just something quick to throw over myself to cover my priest outfit.
Yeah, just traveling cloak, that kind of thing. He says wouldn't have looked out of place, sir, except in that he was coming through my fields and carrying something, carrying it over his shoulder.
Is there anything else you could tell me about this man?
He said, I wish I could, but I saw him
Was he
like
tall? Did he look like an adult? Or
oh
young, old?
couldn't like I said, I didn't see his face, sir. Couldn't tell you his age, but definitely a grown man.
Well, that doesn't really tell me anything that I didn't know already. Well, if you hear anything else or see anything else, let us know.
He says,
Dismissed.
I yes, sir, of course. And if I think of anything else, I'll come and let you know.
Service is appreciated.
He nods and like just kind of like slowly backs away.
I looked at my men and I'm like, we need to bring in everybody who was at that church that we know. So that would be Father Colin and anybody who works under him.
They give you a salute. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Sitting on all his men as a net is just cheating.
What are you doing in the meantime, Aldwin?
I would probably go back to the last place I saw Colin himself, which was where was
My
that?
office.
Yeah, your
Yezzi's
office.
Yeah,
They are
because
no longer at.
you guys passed each other kind of as you were coming out, right?
Yeah.
So he came in saying, you died, got murdered, and I kind of left.
Right.
That was the last place I saw him, so I'm going to head back there.
Nice.
Yeah, because I was sitting around kvetching about Imperials.
Yeah, those assholes are the worst.
They are pretty bad.
All of you guys are dicks.
Awesome. So back at the keep.
Actually, can I change that?
Sure.
Do what you want.
I'd like
No,
to go
you're
talk,
stuck.
I'd like to go talk to the oh crap, I can't remember the other nation's name.
The Tebessian.
Tebessian?
Yes, I'd like to talk to the Tebessian delegation.
You leave my possible future husband alone.
Oh, we'll see about that. Because I can't discount the fact that it's possibly one of their.
They are
Crew that did
foreigners. They are foreigners.
Yeah.
and
Let's
and
accuse the
former,
people that just brought us food.
former enemies.
I'm not accusing anybody. I just want to talk to them.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, they've been staying. Have they been staying at the keep, Yezzi, or have you arranged?
Oh yeah,
For
yeah, because that was the thing. I didn't put the Imperials up, but I put the Confederacy guys up.
You're just a dick like that.
They brought us food in a famine.
That is true. They did do that.
You dude showed up with a piece of paper with a fancy signature on it.
You also showed up with a priest. Oh.
And a wizard.
Oh yeah, you got a wizard now.
No, seems fucking worse. They made things worse.
All right. So back at the Jarl's Keep, while Aldwin makes his way back there, Yezzi and Colin, the two of you have just left Kalis, and you're kind of walking through the halls. What are you guys doing?
Looking for the only person that I know saw the two priests together.
And I sent him to help his mother at the farm, so we're going straight there.
Nice.
Which is cool because they weren't talking last I checked.
Yeah.
That is true. They were not. Cool. So I think the question here is, who gets there first? The men that were ordered to go and collect Chadwick, or you two?
How do we determine that?
That's a good question. How do you want, like?
Well, I'm assuming we're trying to physically hustle.
Yeah, like, are you just gonna try and make your way there quickly? Are you,
I guess the real question is, they have the advantage of knowing where Chadwick is. Do my men know Chadwick is the only person who works under Colin?
I think, like I said,
I think that's pretty common knowledge.
Yeah.
It's not a huge city.
yeah,
Well, I assume they would know, but they would check the church.
yeah.
Which at least
Would they
gives us
check
an
the church
advantage.
first before the farm. I would say probably they would check the church first. So I think
I
Yezzi
think
and
what's more
Colin have the
interesting
advantage.
I think we're going to get to Chadwick first, but do we get there without running into the guards that are looking for me too?
That's a good point.
That is a good point. Yeah. So, they... Let me take a look here.
Take a look.
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading
Rainbow.
I feel closer with all of you right now.
Read a book. Read a book. Read a motherfucking
Read a motherfucking book.
They don't, like, these are soldiers. They don't really have any, like, investigatory or, like, streetwise or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Wouldn't imagine so.
yeah, they're pretty much like you can't let murder sit for very long, right? Because then somebody might get away. So their whole goal is like be fast. You know, yes, some of them might go check the church. They'll probably going to split off. I mean, it is a 12-year-old kid that they're, or no, I guess he's like 16. But
Marrying age.
marrying age, yeah.
Settle down, Yezzi.
Stop trying to marry every dude in town.
Jesus.
I don't want to marry him. I'm saying that someone else should.
Fine, I'll marry him.
Well, you are a priest. That's kind of your job.
Yeah.
Not sure if comment about his ability to marry two people or social commentary.
Right.
I could marry myself to him if I had to. Thanks. I have the power.
My question is, like, how are Colin and Yezzi, like, how are you guys approaching this?
We know where his mom lives.
Well, yes, you do.
I mean, it's on the map.
No, you don't have to find him. You just have to get there.
Are you guys sprinting there, or are you guys just walking fast?
I have a horse, but that seems weird to just hop on a horse in the middle of the day.
Start galloping.
So I guess we're walking through town.
That does seem a little odd.
Right.
Okay. Like I didn't know if you were just like rushing to get there first, or like
I'm not Russian, I'm Tebessian.
Oh
God. Taking some side streets if we have to stay out of, like, using my knowledge of the streets and the patterns of guards and stuff to try to get there unmolested.
Wait, you mean like using a skill like Streetwise?
Ah, exactly.
Man,
with an
good thing I have that. You didn't ask what we were using.
No, I asked. I'm sorry.
Shaun's not going to be my husband by the end of the game.
I should have asked.
You mean Carl?
What does it like? What is you getting there quickly look like?
Hurrying, taking the straightest course, avoiding the most people.
Those don't necessarily go together.
Well, there can be parallel objectives.
That's true.
And yeah, definitely avoiding the guards because they're not mine. Because somebody hasn't raised me an army yet.
To be fair, you don't know the guards are coming for you.
And it's definitely he hasn't built you an army, and it's definitely not worthy of Mordor. So
not yet.
All right. So I think what we're looking at is maybe a versus speed test, but Colin skills can help stats. So you could help with either streetwise or inconspicuous, unless.
And it's the slow, but it's also the slowest, right? So
slowest and loudest.
What's your speed, Yezzi?
Did you say something about inconspicuous? I have streetwise. Unless did you say we're going with speed?
The primary thing is going to be speed.
Okay.
So what's your speed?
4.
Mine's a 4, so it doesn't matter who does speed.
Ignore that roll.
Ignore me.
I think it's Yezzi's belief, so I'll let Yezzi do the main big roll.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we can fork inconspicuous into there?
No, but I can help with skills, I think he said.
Yeah. I mean, if you like if you have Streetwise is navigation for cities and towns, right? Like having that, you could probably use that, and they would be at a double ob penalty because it would be rolling a stat versus a skill.
Cool. So I could use Streetwise and fork inconspicuous and then get help?
Yes.
Do they get an advantage because of how many troops or how many guards there are?
Yeah, they'll have help. You know, they'll help each other. We'll say that there's 3 of them that have headed.
That would make sense.
Yeah, so they'll have some help, but you know they don't know the place as well as Yezzi, and they don't have the criminal, I don't know, brain of Colin. So why don't you go ahead and roll and set my ob. If you succeed, then you get to Gisella's farm ahead of them without having run into them. If you fail, let's see. I think if you fail, then you guys and them are all going to show up at about the same time.
I knew I should have taken pantomime.
Do they get both of us?
Alright. Cool.
2
and a 6.
I was going to offer some helping dice, but that's okay.
No, I added your inconspicuous. Was that not right?
Oh, that's fine. Okay, I didn't know if I was gonna do inconspicuous or streetwise, but that inconspicuous works.
Whatever. Did it make a difference either way? I mean, it just flavors it. Unless you had
just for what I get a test for.
Yep.
Well, I didn't put it in, so you can lie to it.
That's okay. I'll make it inconspicuous.
All right. So they're rolling speed, and you got 2 successes so far, so they need 4.
Yeah, and I have a 6, which I'll explode if they get close.
Question.
Yeah.
Does this cover the fact that they have to get Chadwick out of the farm without being seen as well?
Do they have to?
Well,
basically,
I
think it assumes we get there with enough time to do what we want before the guards.
We don't have to sneak them out. That's not...
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to get there and be like, don't snitch, motherfucker.
You gotta get your story straight.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I only got 3. I was 1 short.
Yeah, you did.
So for testing for the test I get, did I just get an OB 1 test or an OB 3 test there?
I think.
Do I have to?
Yeah,
see what my test is, or
I think you get an OB 1 test because it would have been 2 successes to your 1, right?
Okay.
Yep. Routine.
Yeah, we couldn't use my command as the helping guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So Colin and Yezzi, you managed to slip through the streets without being spotted by any passing patrols or people out looking for Chadwick, and you get some distance on them, and you pretty soon find yourself at the small farmhouse of Gisela and Chadwick. You can hear from inside, not like a yelling match, but like the kind of argument that a 16-year-old who refuses to do what his mom, or you know, they haven't had the greatest relationship since he started working at the church.
It's not a phase. This is who I am now.
Yeah. You just don't understand, Mom.
It's a mix of him flexing his independence as basically a marrying age young adult, and her trying to still hold on to a kid, and then like both of them having all these emotions tied in with it, and a bit of whining and petulance from him. And
I want to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters. Sorry. Yeah. But you've got at least some time. You know that you don't have infinite time. But you're there first. What do you do?
I stop at the fence line and I look at Yezzi and say, you know, the last several times I've been here, she's threatened to hit me with a giant rock if I come onto her farm.
I want a rock.
Okay. Look at that! I keep going. I'm like,
he just kind of shrugs and goes, I mean, that's what she said, and he'll keep coming with you. But you know,
not one thing is another.
Okay, like you do what? You go up to the door. You just break the.
Yeah, I go up and I knock.
You hear a woman's voice, obviously Gisela, yelling at Chadwick. I have work to do. Go answer the door. You go answer it.
I yell through the door. It's Yezzi Bjorsen.
Somebody answer the damn door.
Yeah, Gisela like flings the door like open, and she's standing there kind of red faced but trying to keep herself together, and she's kind of stares at you, and she's for a second kind of at the both of you, and then it's just like, what is it I can do for you?
I need to talk to Chadwick. I'm sorry, I wish I could explain, but I need to talk to him right now.
She looks. Has he done something?
No, he's done nothing at all. Still, I'm like looking over my shoulder. I'm like, I need to hurry. I need to speak to Chadwick.
And like he kind of comes up and doesn't like shoulder Gisela out of the way, but kind of like moves in to the space and sees you, and then sees Colin. And he's like, Lady Bjorsen, Father Colin, what can I do for you? And Gisela kind of moves past you, and she's like, I've got to go collect some rocks out of the fields. Excuse me.
I kind of like raise an eyebrow at Colin, and as soon as she's gone, I'm like, Chadwick, something has happened to the Imperial priest. Something very unfortunate.
He looks over at Colin and is like, Father Petronax, is he okay? What happened? Is he sick? Do we need to go help?
Chadwick, I need you to listen to me.
And, Colin, Colin actually just kind of snaps at that point. because I'm looking at my character traits. He snaps at that point, and he just kind of snaps out. He's dead, Chadwick. Just like no easing into it, nothing. Just he's dead, Chadwick.
She turns to you and is like, you need to just step back, Colin. Just not helping.
And Chadwick's like, but I knew he was old, but he didn't seem unwell.
Chadwick, look, I need you to listen to me. Something very unfortunate has happened to Petronax. He is unfortunately dead. The circumstances... The circumstances point towards him being murdered. But you have to understand that you saw Petronax with Father Colin last. And given the Imperials that are trying to take over our town once again, if you say to them that you saw them together, they will assume Father Colin murdered Petronax. And we both know that can't be true, right?
Of course not. Father Colin, you would never do something like that. I think...
But you can't... They will ask you because they know you live at the church. You cannot tell them that.
What? Why? They know Father Colin. I'm sure if we just explain this, everything will be fine.
I grab him by the shoulders and I'm like, I need you to understand, Chadwick. They tried to remove me from the keep today. They do not care about your opinion of Father Colin. They want to tear Varda apart.
That's racist.
And removing Father Colin and the few believers he has is one step toward that. They will not hesitate to execute Colin.
I mean, I'll hesitate a little bit.
Just barely for like half a second.
You just shrug as you bring the axe down.
I just shrugged his head off.
Oh, I really shouldn't. But he did punch me that one time.
You one time.
He kind of like this is a lot for him to take in, right? Like, man's killed and what? And he looks like looks at Yezzi, and then looks over at Colin's face.
And Colin has a lot of anger right now, and he also feels bad because Chadwick he really likes the kid. He doesn't want the kid to get in any trouble or get hurt. So there's some a little bit of guilt and sadness there. Not for himself for what he did, but for what's happening to Chadwick here. It could be construed by an innocent boy of me just feeling really terrible that a priest died in my church.
Right. Why don't Yezzi, you're kind of the one doing the talking here. This sounds like persuasion to me.
Oh my god. She's not very good at that, is she?
If only I had a high I think it's 6.
Only you had a high persuasion.
If only she was a talker.
Well, he does have a will of 3, so like it's not super easy.
It's just twice the odds.
Yeah. And I think if you succeed, then he'll just like go ahead and just be like, yeah, okay, like I get where you're coming from. If you fail, then Well, Colin, are you helping?
I was actually thinking about that. I'm thinking, this is harsh, but okay. So I'm giving her an intimidation die. Okay, so
Really? You're gonna do that to poor Chadwick?
she says her thing, and he thinks right now, like with his cruelty, it might be the best way to also save the kid. I mean, you might be able to lie more convincingly if you're really scared shitless. And so he says, I know these people, boy. If they think I'm guilty and they bring the axe down on me, they do things in big sweeping motions. If they know you're associated closely with me, I might not be the only one they bring the axe down on.
Okay. Yeah. If you succeed, then yeah, he's going to back you up. If you fail, he'll still back up.
Back us off?
Oh no, he'll he'll do it because you're right that, you know, as much as he follows the religion, like he doesn't trust, you know, the Imperials. He doesn't want them to be in control of everything. But I think, like, he's not a stupid kid. Like, I think he knows that, like, you're not telling him all of the situation.
He might start doing some digging on his own.
Well, I think he may, but right now, like the disillusionment is going to be obvious. Like, you know, it's the, yeah, you're asking me to lie for you because you're in trouble.
Yeah. Cool. What's his will?
3.
All right. And I have one from Colin.
Yep.
Womp,
like
womp,
that.
womp. I have a 6, though.
You do have 1 6.
All right. Let me...
My God.
And do you have anything for persuasion?
Yeah, you
Colin,
had something for persuasion.
Let me roll this one, and then we'll see what I have. Oop. Oh, what the
You
ball
said, "Let me
sack."
roll this one." You jinxed it. But
You
let me
did
roll
it
this
yourself.
one. Oh, that's like.
Good job. You rolled that one.
I don't have anything for persuasion, though.
Oh, I thought you did.
I have one for oratory.
You're right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we don't make it.
Like he kind of, like, you can watch it on his face as he realizes, like, he doesn't know the details, obviously. He's not like, oh, you murdered him, but like that thing where he's like,
But it's more to him of like, I'm not doing this to protect him, like I say, I'm doing this to protect my own ass.
yeah, and I think he, like, both of you can see that. You see him be like, yeah. Okay, if they come, I'll lie for you.
He says lie.
Oh yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
That's got a sting.
Yezzi takes a moment and a deep breath, and she still has hands on his shoulders. And she's like, I wouldn't ask if I didn't think it were important for the town.
And he's like, no, I understand.
And at that point, the shame on Colin's face is pretty evident.
And
his poker face goes down, yeah.
And then like,
What
dang,
the?
so
It's somebody with a small dick outside.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Oh, it sounds like someone dragging like an armoire across the floor.
No, it's a truck outside.
Okay.
As he's talking, he kind of you hear Gisella's voice kind of carrying from across the field. You hear what? You've come to talk to my son too, and like you can look and see like past the cornfields, where the guards have like stopped at the gate, and Gisella's talking to them, and what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna still be there when they show up? Like when they come?
The fuzz, cheese it.
Are you gonna try and bolt, or hide, or?
Sorry, there's some sort of to-do outside. I'm eavesdropping.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like it's in front of the house, though. No, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna be, as they walk up, just like, oh, like, yeah, no, clearly you guys thought of the same thing as I did. I just, I was here wondering if Chadwick himself had seen anything either.
Yeah, they come and they're like they look slightly surprised to see like Colin and here too. Like, oh shit, our job just got really easy. And one of them says, Lady Bjorsen, we don't mean to be rude, but the captain has asked this boy and the father here, if they wouldn't mind coming to answer some questions.
No, yeah, of course. And clearly you wouldn't mind if I accompanied them. I mean, he is but a child.
Chadwick rolls his eyes at you.
Throwing shade.
And they they kind of shrug and they're like, we're not intending to arrest anybody here.
No, of course not. It's more for his comfort.
Of course. So, Father, would you and your assistant mind coming with us?
Very well.
You'll never take me alive.
You'll never.
Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
Sweet. So a short while later, we're back in the Jarl's Keep. Where, like, do they take you to the barracks or just out?
They're under arrest, so I imagine they just bring him to the barracks for me to talk to once I'm done talking to the.
Whoever you're.
Imagine while my guards are out looking for them,
Right.
when I'd be talking to the. Yeah.
Okay. The one that you would probably have the easiest time getting a hold of is Mazifa. Mazifa is kind of their head of security.
I'm off screen for a second, right?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, dang it. Hang on. Sorry, as soon as Kristen muted her video, all of the pictures got messed up.
Oh, that's fine.
So So yeah, but they're not just in here hanging out. Like they're kind of in and out all the time. So how do you go about it? I shouldn't say how do you go about finding them. You can either do something to try and track down where one of them is, one or all of them is. You could try and circle them up. They're not relationship characters, so how do you?
I would imagine I would just try wherever they're staying. I would just go and look for Mazifa.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's.
I would just ask for Mazifa if there's anybody there.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that like they're not just like in there. It's not like this is where the NPC hangs out. You know, they've got things that they are doing kind of around town, distributing food. You know, doing their
shaking hands, kissing babies.
Yeah, you know, plotting, almost definitely plotting. They like so you know, asking around. You know, the household staff are just like, oh
yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
They're out. You know, if you wanna try and like circle Mazifa up, because
yeah, let's try that. I don't have any circles hardly at all, but yeah, let's try that.
Well, this is how you get them.
I don't have any circles. Wonderful. Well, all right, let's do this.
Well, you should have at least some. Circle starts out at what, half your will?
Oh wait, I'm looking at my list of circles.
Oh.
Circles of a B2.
B2 circles. Cool. Do you want to try and leverage any reputation or an affiliation? Well, you can't really leverage an affiliation because that implies that the person you're looking for is part of that group that you are affiliated with.
And I don't have any affiliations anyway.
But so, if you have a reputation,
I have a stern and intimidating reputation.
That could, you can absolutely leverage that.
I'd like to leverage that
if you would like. So that, you know, basically be like, oh, have people be like, oh shit, he's looking for you. That guy's a badass. The ob for a circles test. What is it that you want from him?
I want to talk to Mazifa.
Okay.
Well, I want to find where Mazifa is and ask questions as opposed to if they have alibis. Well, not alibis. I guess I don't know what I want to ask.
Aha. Yeah, like if you want to like if you just want to question him about like where were you on the night
or whereabouts. Yeah, I guess that's about all I would do.
You know what? I don't think that there's necessarily a conflict there. Like if you want to take the time, yeah, eventually, like either you'll catch them, catch them when they come back, or
yeah. Well, I mean, I want to do it quickly because I have to get back and
okay.
Talk to Colin and Chadwick.
There we go. So you want to be able to talk to them before
yes.
you talk to Colin and Chadwick. That's different. Let's call that Ob 3. If you fail, then it like if you fail, then I think they're just gonna be like, oh, the Imperial dude is looking for me. Yeah, no, I'm busy. When Mazifa is clearly not busy, and I say Mazifa because he's the one person who, like, there would be in your circles.
Yeah,
you're a soldier,
reachable by me.
Yeah, you know other soldiers. Yeah, it's one of those situations where you'd definitely be like, yeah, no, I'm not recognizing your authority.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's see here. Modifiers. Cat, seriously? Jump. Modifier 1 or 1D. No, ours. Really, Cat? I can't. Was 3, you said?
Ob is 3.
That went well.
For you? No. Yeah, so like you've tracked him down. And you do track him down fairly quickly. Did we establish if there's like a pub in the town?
No, we haven't talked about it.
I hope there is, because I want one later.
Sorry, alcohol is now banned.
Banned alcohol. So this building right here, we'll just establish this right now.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
Makes sense.
Is there we go.
Tavern.
Yep.
Public house.
Public house. And it's...
Holy shit, is that what pub is short for?
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that either.
I just got some knowledge, motherfucker.
Holy shit.
And it's literally like it's somebody's house, and they've just kind of cleared out the front end, like built onto it so that they can have people come and buy like beer and mead here, because like this isn't the right kind of area for grapes, so wine isn't like something that they do, and distilling is hard, so it's all like home brewed beer. It's not even like an inn, it's just like this is a cottage industry,
a literal cottage industry.
Yeah, like that's yeah. And so yeah, like you show up there, and there's Mazifa is in there, hanging out. There's a couple of local farmers, that look like they're drinking, out of like carved wooden mugs, and like as you come in, you see Mazifa like look at you, because there's not like a big crowd, it's a handful of people in here at best. Stands up, puts a handful of coins in the hand of the lady of the house, and like it's the thing, like, oh, that guy who's been looking for me has shown up, and he gets up to leave. What are you
Is
doing?
he gonna walk past me?
Yeah. He's not even like, he's not acknowledging you. It's not like he walks by being like, "Hey, how's it going?" and
I'll
like
just put
walks,
my hand on his shoulder and I'll be like, "Are you name again? Mazifa?
Mazifa.
Are you Melissa?
Are you Melissa? Are you Doobie Keebler? Are you Mazifa?"
He looks down at you, and I do mean he looks down at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
dude's-
he's bigger than I am.
Yeah, dude's. How tall are you?
I didn't put that. Probably about 6 foot. I would imagine.
He's about 6'4", 6'5".
I imagine we're a tall, lean people.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah.
Okay, so maybe not his shoulder. Maybe I just grab his arm.
Yeah. No, it's
Not in like a forceful way, just kind of like a hey.
yeah. And he kind of stops for a second and like looks down at his arm where you've got him, and then looks at you, and he says, I heard that you've been asking around. I don't have anything to say to you.
I really just have a few questions to ask you, and it won't take that long. There's been an incident, and I need to know information.
He looks at you for a second, and he says, "You and your brother fought your way up from the south, didn't you? Coming up into these reaches."
I kind of do that side thing, like, listen, I get it. I don't want to get into that here. I understand the hostility. This has nothing to do with that.
He says, if there are any questions to be asked, then you can have Yezzi get a hold of us. I'm sure that Asnani will be happy to answer any questions that she has for him. But I'm not interested in being questioned by an imperial dog. Certainly not interested in being touched by one. My people don't like fleas.
Oh, shit.
You had an instinct about punching people in the face right now? It's so fun.
Yeah, if I were Colin, this would escalate very quickly.
That's what I
And
am.
I kind of do that thing where I can turn my head and I'm just kind of trying not to get pissed off.
Yeah, and
And I'm gonna be like, listen, this isn't a request.
and he looms over you and he's like, "Oh, is it not?"
This is not how I want things to go down. But look at it. But let me tell you this. Is he cracking his
Oh
neck?
yeah.
If you want to brawl, you may win, but you're not going to like the outcome.
And you hear like the lady that owns the house being like, "You too! No, take this outside! Take this outside! People live here!"
And don't forget, if he's looking to swing a punch, I've got that thing in my gut.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Okay.
like he's not swinging at you, but like he'll just be like he just gestures like If you want to take it outside, you can take it outside. Otherwise, yeah, he's like, not even implying. He looks at you and he's like, if you want to do this, Imperial, we can do this, but I want you to know I have other things that I need to do.
Not looking to fight you, I'm looking to ask questions. Now, you can either come peacefully, or I could treat this as an interrogation.
Are you still holding his arm?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he shakes his head and he's like, I'm busy, Imperial, and he like jerks his arm away and starts walking out the door.
Ring your little bell. Get your backup.
My little bell? I don't carry a little bell around with me.
How do you alert the guards when you need to?
It's like a big bell with a donger.
He just stands up really straight and goes, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
I need a doll.
So first of all, what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because on one hand, he is contradicting me, which does not sit well with me. On the other hand, they are also an international guest, which would really screw things up if I get into a fight with them, or forcefully arrest me. But technically done anything wrong in my book. Let me see.
Yeah.
Look at my...
Yeah, because at this point, like he's just gonna jerk his arm away and go.
Okay.
Unless you do something about it.
I'm gonna walk in front of him a little bit, and I'm gonna try to intimidate him.
Okay.
If the situation gets out of hand, I will take control through intimidation. I'm looking right in the eye, and I'm like, I'm gonna look him right up here in the eyes. There. I'm gonna look up at him. Be like, listen. Enough with the dick waving. I need to ask you a question. You're coming with me now, or I will arrest you.
All right.
See, I don't know if that puts it, because it's kind of the same intent. I don't know if puts it in conflict or not.
You're
role.
like you're trying to cow him into like giving up and coming with you. Before you have
maybe
to...
not. Okay, let me try this. Fine. If you're busy now, you will come answer my questions later. It's not a request. Otherwise, I will send people to get you, drag you to the keep.
All right.
I feel like that way he still isn't coming now.
Right. But like he knows that you mean business. Like he either has, you know, sure. I think it's an OB3 intimidation. If you fail, like, he's just gonna call your bluff and walk. He's just gonna be like, all right, fine. Like if you want to talk to me later, come and get me, I guess. And then he's gonna go and do his thing. Why don't you go ahead and make that roll, and then as soon as we resolve this, we'll take a short break.
Okay. Ob 3, you said?
Ob 3. That is his will.
Dungeon rings.
Damn! Dang, you got a high intimidate.
Yeah, I have a B5.
Yeah, like he you can see it in his face while he makes the calculation about how serious he thinks that you are, and whether or not he thinks he can fuck you up, because he does have,
If it's worth it, honestly.
right, but it's the soldier's calculation, right? Like he knows you've got some dudes under your command. He also has like some people under his command that they've brought with him, and you can see him.
Can I take him?
Right. Like if it came down to it, could we take you? And then you can see in his face that the answer is probably not. And you know, he takes a step back, and is like, all right, Imperial, I'll come and answer your questions.
All right. Wait, is he coming now or later?
He says, I have some duties to perform. For Asnani, but afterwards I'll return to my chambers in the keep.
Thank you. I assure you it won't take long.
He he's clearly like kind of gives you that like, yeah, sure, whatever look, but you know, he's going to do it. Like,
yeah, there's really no point.
Yeah,
posturing at this.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, and like.
Well, I pretty much just nod and I'll turn around and I'll leave him there.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. I think we're gonna take a break right here, for a few minutes,
Okay.
and then when we come back, we'll do the next half of the session.
Hooray!
Yay!